okay, usually I don't like bringing like negativity into my videos or whatever. But this situation, this girl had some bad vibes. That's all I have to say. Bad vibes. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so if for you that do or don't know, I work at a grocery store. So basically, they'll either have me being cashier. I'll be cashier. Or I'll be doing something else like pushing carts, because you know we have some like big carts or whatever. So pushing carts or like doing stuff in the back or like just random stuff. But this day I happen to be cashier. Things are a little bit crazy right now because of the quarantine and like, you know, coronavirus and all of this situation. And I understand, you know, I understand that people are freaking out, but this girl was out of line. This girl was just too much. So basically I was cashier and, you know, I was getting through it with my shift. You know, everything was going smooth. I've had like, I think I was about to go on my last break. So, oh, my voice cracked. I was about to go on my last break. This one lady, I wasn't mean to her or anything, you know, like I'm really nice when I'm with customers. Like I'll be like, oh, hi, how are you doing? Like, do you need any bags? Like, do you want paper or plastic? How many do you need? And I'm just asking, you know, come on, like nicely. But I guess she was in a bad mood. I feel like she was in a bad mood. And I seen her packing her groceries, and we have two lanes when you're a cashier, so you can put all the person's things in one lane, and then there's another lane if it starts filling up. And this lady's groceries were like at the end, like she was almost done packing her stuff. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna use the same belt. Like I don't need to open up the other one because she's almost done. So then I start passing all the things and like, you know, just being cashier or whatever. And this lady starts like she just starts saying stuff at me, and I looked at her and I didn't hear her at first, and I asked her, I was like, excuse me, like, because I didn't know what she was saying. And she told me, hey, like, what are you doing? And I was confused because I was like, what is she talking about? And I guess her stuff started getting squished with the customer after her, but I don't know if she started packing slower, because when I looked at her, she was almost done packing her food. I don't know if she stopped for something, or I don't know, but she didn't even have that many groceries. But anyway, so I guess her stuff started getting squished, but her stuff was like nothing that would have got damaged, and it didn't really squish her things. It just kind of like, you know, tapped it or like got close to it. So I looked, and she started arguing. Like she didn't let me talk. Like she basically was like, why didn't you use the other belt? She was like, obviously I can see that there's two belts. Why didn't you use the other one for the other customer? I don't understand. Can you please explain this to me? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, whoa, what the hell? Like, this lady is crazy. I was like, come on, like, you know, I get that she's older than me and, you know, I'm young, but I feel like I really do believe in like how you want to be treated is how you should treat people. And if she wanted to be treated like that, like, I'm really big on respect, and she was not like respecting my, you know, work or whatever. And so basically I just looked at her and I didn't want to be mean, but I wanted her to know that I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about. So I basically just told her, ma'am, like, I don't know what to tell you. And then I just looked away, and she was so mad. Like this lady was really mad over nothing, like, cause it didn't really touch her things. I don't understand why she was so mad. She was like, look how you're talking to me, like you should be more professional. And I was like mad because look, like everything going on, you know, like I'd rather be at home instead of, you know, being out there, you know. So I told her like, hey, maybe you should just go home, since, you know, we should all be on lockdown, because technically we had to be on lockdown at this time. So I told her, maybe you should just go home. And she got so mad. She was like, look how you're talking to me, like you're so disrespectful. Like she said, and then she started telling the customers behind me. She was like asking them like, am I wrong? Like, am I wrong? Because she was like being such a bitch. So she was like, am I wrong? Am I wrong? And then nobody said anything. Nobody wanted to like get involved. So then I just looked back at her and I was like, yes, like you're really wrong. And she got so mad. She was like, she didn't want to leave. So basically she was done packing her stuff, or like she was like ready to go, but she just kept arguing with me. And I was like, dude, like, come on, like what? And she was just being so rude. And I seen her finally leave, like after 5 minutes of just standing there. So then I was like, have a good day. Okay, I understand that I was being petty, but at this point, this lady had been there for a while and she had all her groceries packed. Like, so she was just being petty, like just standing there. And I was like waiting to go on my last break. So I was like, dude, just leave me alone. You know, like I'm not even trying to like fight. Like, I just want to finish my job. But obviously how that she was talking to me and how she was approaching me really did get me upset, just because I don't think that she should have talked to me like that. I wasn't rude to her. She started it first, which is like, but whatever. Because a lot of the times, like if something happens like that, like if I pass like a bread or I pass like eggs or something, and then I notice that it's gonna get squished, like I'll step away from the cashier register and then I'll move it for them. I usually do that because I feel bad, like I don't want their stuff to get squished. But this lady's items were not crushable. Like they were like a Lunchable or something. Like, okay, have a nice day. Because I was like, finally she's leaving. And she was like, she turned around and she looked at me and she was like, fuck you. And I was like, whoa, like damn, like that. Like I was just like, oh shit, like this lady just wants to fight. Like there's no way that she was that mad over her items that were not gonna break, literally just touching the other customers' things. Like it was not even bad. Like I cannot. Maybe I was wrong, I don't know, but I felt like I wasn't. I felt like obviously, like I understand like customer service and I'm really, really nice. Like I am super nice. If you know me, like personally, I'm super, super nice. So the fact that she came at me like that, it really got me mad. So obviously, like I kind of responded, and it's just like, she a Leo, you know? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna bring that. I wanted to defend myself, and I did tell her like, you should be home. And I get how I could have added fuel to the fire or whatever, but you know, like you can't just treat people like that. I'm really big on how you treat me, so if you treat me bad, come on, like I'm gonna have to react. I'm just saying. But I know that she was older, so I didn't really say anything like too bad. I didn't want to be like disrespectful, but at the same time I wanted to be like, you know, come on, like you're taking it too far, like just stop. And a lot of things that she kept saying, like, because she kept saying a lot of things and I was just ignoring it. Like I didn't want to like, you know, say anything. I was just like, come on. I was just passing the other person's things already. I was like trying to get everyone out of there because everyone had been waiting, you know, a while because of all the lines, like all the lines were like backed up all the way to the back. So obviously people want to get in and out. So that's what I was trying to do. But she was disturbing the cycle, and that was just not a good time. There was actually another incident too. This other lady, I don't know why, I don't know. A lot of like older ladies are really nice, but then like the ones that are like 40 to like 45, they be on the edge of being so mean. Cause okay, this is when I was like pushing carts a lot, because I had a lot of shifts where I would have to help out or I would be just doing carts. And basically I went to go gather all the carts inside, because sometimes a lot of customers leave carts just like alone, and then I'll put the go backs or whatever. So basically I was collecting all the carts from inside of the store. In my store, if you're gonna leave out of the, like you're gonna get out of through the exit or through the front exit or the entrance, whatever, sometimes the carts lock. So I had the lock already in my hand and I had like 6 carts. So I was pushing them and they locked, of course, but they locked in the entrance. So this lady was gonna come in. Oh my God. This lady was gonna come in with her cart, but my carts were over here. This is how big the thing is. So my carts were literally right here. So this is how much space I was taking up. And then the door is still like this much. So this is how big the door is, basically. So then I was pushing the carts on the right side, and I made sure to push them on the right side so I would give customers enough space to pass me in case they locked. This is where the issue began. So basically all the carts that were stacked up, there were 6, they all locked up. So I had to try to unlock it, but sometimes the remote, like it glitches, or I don't know sis, but it just doesn't work. So sometimes they lock again. It's a whole mess. So basically I pushed the carts and they locked, and then I unlocked them. But this lady was trying to get through, and she had enough room to get through. Okay. So then she was like, what's going on? And I told her, excuse me, ma'am? And she was like, what's going on right here? And I was like, oh, you know, I'm just trying to push these carts out. They're locked, but I don't want to, I think I said something like, I don't want to be in your way. And she was like, well, you are in my way and I can't get through, so can you please move the carts? And I told her, yeah, ma'am, I'm just unlocking them. I have the cart key right here. And she was like, well, I don't understand. Can you just pick up all 6 carts and push them out the door? Like, what the fuck, lady? How am I gonna push 6 carts that weigh like 20 pounds? Like, what? Obviously, I can't do, especially if they're locked, like locked completely. So how am I gonna push them? I was really upset because it's just logic. Like, how am I gonna push something that's locked? It makes no sense. And she had enough room to get through. That's what makes me so mad. Like, I feel like, you know, just because I work at a grocery store doesn't mean you have to step on my toes. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on. It's just annoying, especially because, like, I'm really nice to customers. So I'm super nice. Like, if you have a question, like, I'll help you right away, or I'll make sure someone helps you. Like, you know, it's really good because I love people. But I love when they're nice, not when they're mean. Because I don't know what she was, I don't know if she was having a bad day. She could have been coming out of work because it was kind of later in the day. But I mean, come on, she didn't have to be disrespectful. So I don't know. I just want to talk about those stories. Like, I feel like they're like not crazy, but they're just kind of like, oh shit, you know, like, I don't know. It just kind of was like shocking. I did not expect that to ever happen, especially because usually when I work, it's like a good shift. It's like, usually I'll be super fast, or like if it's super busy, then it goes by really fast, or it'll be slow, but you know, nothing crazy like this happens. That's why I wanted to talk about it. Big thumbs up. Comment down below if you've had any stories happen like this, or like if you work at a grocery store, what, oh yeah, like if you work at a grocery store, you should definitely comment down below like a crazy story that has happened. That would be really interesting. I would love to hear that. And you should subscribe if you haven't already. That would be cool too. And then I'll leave all my social media down below. You can check that out, follow you back, you know, all good vibes or whatever. But yeah, so I don't know, I feel like, how would you guys have reacted? So comment down below what you guys would have done differently if you had the chance. Okay, bye.